Hello, hello. I know this is very early, but if anybody is interested into starting the stream earlier, please shout. I'm pretty much ready, and I don't know how much energy I've got, so yeah. All right, if anybody's interested into starting the stream earlier, please shout. Pretty much ready, and I don't know how much energy I've got. And welcome back to one of my now infamous live streams. I'm hoping that it's gonna work out well. Now, I apologize. I've said in my announcement that I wasn't exactly on top of the world, and I'm not. Let me just sort this out quickly. I'm hoping that the music is not too loud. Doesn't look like it. I am gonna bring it a little down on my side. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Just shout if you can, or if there is a problem. And whilst you guys do that, so today I'm gonna just do some, I might add. Okay, it's totally unscripted, by the way. It's totally off the top of my head. So first things first, as I say, I'm not on top of the world today. Again, my condition is playing havoc with me. It's unfortunate because I really want to give you some really good stuff, and I'm busy preparing a new series. I'm going to keep it under wraps until it comes out. I'm hoping to have the first episode, if I can call it that way, ready before the next live stream, so before 2 weeks. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things that have happened, by the way, with ESPHome 26.1. And I'll show you a few things, but that's in passing. We're not, well, unless we decide to put in a new sensor, we're not recompiling anything. We're going to start showing stuff on the screen, and it's going to really be chilled. I'm not going to, this, as I said, this is unstructured. I didn't prepare much. I've got a whole lot of tabs open just to show you what we could do. But outside of that, whichever direction it goes is the direction it will go into. Okay, save that. I've got some of my orange drink, and today I have a little bit of wine as well. So you're gonna say wine with how you feel? Well, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I need to enjoy something besides the stream. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy the stream, by the way. Okay, so yeah, that's about it really. I see there is only one other person with me right now. Hello. Stick around. There's a few things that I'm going to show you guys, but it's, as I said again, it's unstructured. Okay, before I start, and I'm not going to repeat it again, you can always leave me a tip. It's somewhere below, and this is either during the live stream or on the replays. It would be welcome because this is getting expensive, to be honest with you, and I'd like to buy a few new sensors, but also a few items here and there. Mainly on the AI side of things, and maybe try to incorporate some AI and local AI into our into our work and into what we're doing. As you may know, the H10 is out. That's the Halo H10. It's had for the Raspberry Pi. I need to have a look a bit more in depth at its capabilities and because if it doesn't get at least 15 tokens per second on a light version of a LLM or SLM, small language, you see, and it starts already. So you left to, I'm apologizing up front. Model, that's it, a small language model, which is all we need for something like a Home Assistant. Well, then I don't see its value, to be honest with you. To give you an idea, my Apple MacBook, so I've got a MacBook Pro with the third generation chip in it, the M3. I get on the SML, I can get about 30-ish, above 30 tokens per second. Now, those tokens are important because that's the time that it takes to process, both in and out. But I'm not going to go on and on and on and on about AI. But I think that, having a look into it would be good. So that's the first thing. So today, all we're going to do, unless we decide to put in another sensor, all we're going to do is some visuals and making it look pretty. Now, you would have seen last time I think I had the temperature, humidity, and UV index or something like that on the screen. What I did earlier is I put a few more, and let me show you what I have done, which is this. Oh yes, today I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to bear with me. Usually my screen is at 720p. I tried to do some work at 720p earlier, and to be honest with you, it was like impossible. It's too small to do anything. Anyway, so here it's temperature, humidity, luminance, UV index, 24-hour rainfall, dew point, atmospheric pressure, wind speed, wind heading. I got it working. I will publish how I got that working properly, and I might even show it to you in a second. So that's basically all we've got. I have added off screen another sensor, but since we had added the sensor on another project, which is the hydroponics, I didn't mind too much. I haven't added anything else since. And we want to pretty this up. Now, this is stock standard, straight out of the box Home Assistant visualizations. There is no nothing fancy. Let me show you. Is it okay? Can you see the screen? Is it big enough? By the way, sorry, I need to ask that. Okay, what's the answer? I am, and is. Can you hear me properly? And is the music not too loud or anything of the kind? Okay, so just to show you, these here are, and I'm just gonna add another one. Those, you see, my brain is not working right. It's a standard card. I'll show you which one it is in a second as soon as I find it, because obviously I can't remember what it's called. I feel so silly when that there it is. It's all tile cards. It's all tile cards. That's all it is. I haven't installed anything else. Before we start and jump into this, no, this is not what I wanted to click. Sorry for the bright light. I want to show you what the situation is regarding the weather station. Okay. So it's still there. All I did is I You mean to tell me that I've been off all the time? Okay. I've been speaking for 15 minutes and... Oh, this is going to be one of those days. Okay, so I was talking about the... Okay, let's just restart with the modules. Nothing else, because the rest doesn't matter. Okay. This feels... I feel like an idiot right now. I really do. Okay. Let's begin again. So as I said earlier, I added the DLS sensor, and the DLS sensor was added and onto the board because I've already shown you how to do that and how to wire it in another live stream when I did the live stream for the hydroponic system, or the beginning of the hydroponic system. Sorry about that. Okay, so there it is. I've also gotten the wind direction system working. I will publish how I did that, and with a circuit diagram. I think that will help a lot. Let me just show you. Okay, this is over here. Where is my... over here. There it is, it's over here, and I know that it's most probably not very visible, but it is plugged in, it is working, and this is the area where I plugged in the lessons. Okay, so sensors I want to add. MHRD. This is a raindrop module. The raindrop module is there to detect raindrops, obviously. It is faster than the backlit system. So if you've got washing outside, you could have a automation that automatically tells you, hey, it's raining. Or it started raining. Yeah, this is why this is there, and you can, the nice thing is that you can mount it, you can mount it this way, flash. So yeah, and there is an analog out and there is a digital out for this. I'll use the digital, which is just a true or false power law. This is a Sensorion SPS30. This is a particle matter sensor. It starts at 1 and finishes at 10. It does 1, 2.5, 4, and 10. That's what it does. This is a 2IC module, though it can do SPI. I think it is SPI. Yeah, SPI as well. This one, the code is already... Oh, by the way, I've updated all of the code on my on my GitHub. So all of the code's been updated, and there's a lot of improvement in the code itself. So just noting that. So that is the SPS30 particle module. I'd like to incorporate that also in the weather station. We have a secondary, and there it is, I think I said already, Dallas. Then we have, I'd like to bring in this fellow, which is a MICS or MICS sensor. It's the 5524. It is relatively inexpensive, and it reads carbon monoxide, ethanol, hydrogen 2 NH3, which I can never remember what that is, and CH4. I've got two of them here. It's just because on the back of that one there is a whole lot of things that makes my life easier. So there it is. The next one that I want to talk about is not this one. This one I'm actually taking it out. Is not here. So I like to bring in a ECO2 and TVOC sensor. I don't know which one I'm going to bring in. I've just ordered one, hoping that it will arrive from China in the next month and a half. I've got another one, but I'm not particularly fond of it. The TVOC part of it goes haywire regularly. Okay, so next, and I'm going to address these two. This is a BH1750. It does pick up light. Now you're going to say, but you've got a light sensor. Yes, with the UV sensor, and you'd be right. This is strictly a light sensor. It just returns lux. I don't know that it will be useful for us, but it is an option to be needed. However, I would like to have a deeper look, and this is a Victor Echo Mother Lima 7700. And apparently it also picks up IR or infrared light. Sorry, infrared light. So here it is. So I'd love to have a look at this a bit closer and see what we can do with this, because it might be very useful. So we would have ultraviolet and we would have IR or infrared. The last module that in the immediate that I'm thinking to incorporate is this one. Obviously not going to focus, but this is just a lightning detector. I've never been able to make it work properly. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. And I think it would be, at least in South Africa, it would be very worthwhile doing. So you can see what's coming now, or you've heard what's coming. Yes, as far as the station itself is concerned, you can see it's still working, it's still there. Let me zoom in for you. It's this way. No, it's this way. There we are, and we want to focus a bit better. Sorry, I'm doing manual focus. I had problems with the focus earlier. Okay, so that's about as focused as I can get. You're not going to see it unless I decide to put one of the other. And if I decide to put one of the other, it will be most probably this one. Now, this stream is going to be Hangout. Sorry, it's going to be the SPS setting. This stream is going to be a Hangout. As I said, I'm not exactly on top of the world today. It's, but you know what? I don't want to skip. For my sanity and for you guys, I don't want to skip a live stream. Unless I'm in a hospital bed, I will do my best to be here for you guys, even if it's for an hour, and even if we get to put 2 cards on the screen. Speaking of screens, let's get back. So earlier I was asking, can you see the screen? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything okay? Please, guys, give me a shout if something is wrong. I can see on my phone, but my phone is extremely small. So yeah. That's why I've got a live chat, and I'd like to chat with you guys and also see what you guys are thinking. Sorry, thinking, and where you would like what you would like me to do. So, as I said earlier on, this is the tile card from Home Assistant. It's a stock card. This is what it gives us. It's okay. It doesn't look as bad as it used to, by far. I remember 3 years ago, it was just like number, and that's it. Today it's a bit more than that. So this is what we're going to try to replace, and I'm going to leave it there so that we've got it side by side. And I have some ideas. Now, I was thinking, yes, it happens sometimes, I do think. And there are things that we can do to make our lives a little easier. And one thing that I personally like to know is what the maximum for the day was and what the minimum for the day was. Particularly humidity and temperature. The rest I'm not too phased about. Maybe wind speed. The maximum wind speed would be nice. But that's it really. As far as atmospheric pressure and that type of stuff, we can start talking about possibly doing forecasts with atmospheric pressure and humidity and that type of stuff. Now, before I bring in and start thinking about talking about forecasts, let me find. Yep, this is the one I wanted to show you. So this is Micro Weather Station. It is available on Hex. Now, if Hex would be a requirement to make things look better. If you haven't got Hex installed, there are various Hex R2s out there to install it. It's literally a 2-minute job. It's really fast. Okay, but this is the Micro Weather Station, and basically what it does is it takes your data, your personal data from your weather station, and it creates a standard weather component out of it. Now, when I talk about weather components, I'm talking about, and I'm just going to go over here quickly. Device and services. I use one that's not there. So yeah, that's nice. It's not there because this is Divinator, and that is I will only add stuff in here that you've seen me add, by the way. So let me go, and it is called Tomorrow, I think, or something like that. Tomorrow.io, so you see, and I don't see no tomorrow.io here. So here, now tomorrow.io, which is the one that I use. Now it wants my API key. I'm not going to put it in, and I'm actually not going to install it. But when I talk about a standard weather component, this would be it. This is it. So what we can do, I don't know that we have enough yet, but micro weather would allow us to do quite a few things and live. So what I have on my personal home assistant is I have a weather station. Right now, all I have on my weather station is temperature, by the way, because that's all this left. And I have the tomorrow.io's projections. this kind of replaces tomorrow.io and makes it local. Look, as I say, it's available in X. I'm not going to install it today, but the installation is straightforward. Actually, I'm going to put it into X, but I'm not going to install it as a component. Yeah, I assume that you know that you install it to X and then you can install it as an integration. I'm not going to do the integration part, but basically what it does is that it takes all of your data and it starts doing stuff with it and starts giving you data. So yeah, let's put it in, let's go and fetch it from X. Okay, we're going to go there. We're gonna go this. By the way, if you like people's Hex and integration, give them a star. It's always good. So what I'm going to do is I've given the star. I am going to go to Hex. And you can see that I've only got 2 things in Hex. The first one is Hex itself, and the second is heavy. I can't change it. No, that's 2 years old. I will be changing it for another one, but not today. Okay. There it is, macro weather station. Here it is. Oh, before I go, sorry. It was updated last week, so it is updated quite regularly. Don't look at the download. That's wrong, I can tell you. So we're going to do this, and we're just going to download and put it so that one day we'll get back to it when our weather station is completed. So that's the first thing. Yeah. So I am going to close this one because we should not have it in here. Pending a restart. We're not going to restart now. Okay. So that's the first one. Okay. I want to come back here. All right. So the first thing that I want to tackle, sorry, I've got a very, very, very comfortable chair, but even my chair doesn't do the job right for me. And it is a human scale. These things are not exactly cheap. Oh, before I forget as well, to my American friends and brothers, I hope you're doing okay. I don't know how bad things are. I don't want to go into the politics of things. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm just hoping that all of you guys are okay. Well, what's happening there just concerns me greatly. I do have friends in the United States that I talk to regularly, and I'm just hoping that you are safe. Okay, moving along swiftly. Okay, so we're going to hit the first one. We're going to hit temperature. And I think that temperature and humidity, we're going to use the same techniques, or the same UI element, I should say. So let me find some possibilities here. No, not that one. Not that one. Definitely not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Sorry, guys. There is the first one. So let me bring this one. This is the one that originally I started using, which is a flexible horseshoe card. Now, I love it for various reasons. It's very flexible to start with, but one of the things that it allows you also to do is to put bits and pieces of data right through the card itself that are not necessarily from the same entity. So you could put stuff from 3 or 4 different or 5 different entities. Is there a nice one that I can show you? This one is nice. So something like this. Okay, those are from 1 to 3 different entities, and obviously the 28% right now on the ocean card itself is from the one entity, but it could be from another entity. It could confuse things. So, admittedly, you can do things like these. So there is a lot of things that you can do with it, and it's extremely well documented. However, it's also a lot of YAML. As you can see, just to get one thing on the screen, there is a lot of YAML. Should we, shouldn't we? It's a candidate. Okay, so that's candidate 1. Let's talk about candidate 2. Okay, candidate 2. No, that's not it. It's not it. It's not it. That is candidate 2. Just graphing. But then again, when you look at that, and when you look at that, it's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, the graphs are maybe a little better and a little bit more flexible, but it's the same thing. However, for reasons that will be made clear, maybe not today, but later, I still am gonna go to Hex and I am gonna do this mini graph because we're gonna use it. Either way, we're gonna use it. I'm sure we're gonna use it somewhere, somehow. So yeah. Okay, so we've added the mini graph. Okay. That's a UI element, so it doesn't require a restart. Okay, so I'm gonna, this is it. Double check. Yeah, I can close this one. So next, I will talk about this a little later. No. No. Yes. So when it comes down to gauges, this is the next one. Me English is very good. I use this one in a couple of places on my personal hacks. I mean, on my personal Home Assistant. If I remember, let me just. This is not the one that has a UI. I'm still going to put it in as a candidate and see. Okay. Okay, let's download it and put it in. We reload. I actually want to see serious curiosity. As I said, this is chilled, this is unscripted, so it's what goes past my mind. And we can actually say just gauge. Okay. I forgot. Apologies. When you do something like this, you need to refresh the page that you're going to use it on, because you've just put it in and the page is unaware. You see, now it's there. There is yeah, I thought that it had So it does have a UI way of putting it in. So we could actually right now, and this is going to be very quick, we can go temperature, okay, and we are going to take the temperature of the am I on the right? Sorry, I'm having a problem here. Yeah, it is the Venator. So back to gauge, because I see a whole lot of stuff. It's probably stuff that is picked up. Okay, so back here, and we're gonna go, oops, if I can spell, weather station, and we're gonna go and we're gonna temperature. There it is, weather station 5 temperature. And as you can see, it's gone and done it really quickly. You could do other stuff. You can change the name. Okay. You can also switch to templates. It is very powerful. Icon, the units, you know, the minimum, the maximum. So you could say the minimum is minus 20 degrees, and the maximum is we're going to cook people at 100 degrees. The truth is anything above 50 would be dramatic. So full entity style, we start from 0. We can even put change things like the way that it looks, put the unit or take out the unit. We've got the icon here. Maybe the unit is not useful. The state is useful. No, that wouldn't. Yeah. Adaptive state color, that we would have to actually start working on other things, and I'll show you what we can do there a little later. Label color, same thing. Decimals, if we do 0 or do we do 2? You know, I think that the default of 1 is perfect. Then what else? The front style, the back style, so secondary info. What is the secondary info? I'm just going to put something. Oh, that's great. It's not available. So we're going to pull it up again from the weather station. With that, the uptime of the weather station. You see, that's great. We can actually do stuff like that. Okay. Tertiary info, card appearance. Look, we could do it like that, we can do it like that, and we can do it like that other. In this case, oh, and we can put in the graph, show graph. I was too sure. Now we can put 24 points per hour, 1, okay. Nice. What do you think? Guys, what do you think? Oh! Can't you hear me? Ellis? When was this? Sorry, I just saw. Just hang on. The question is, can I hear myself? Just hang on. Yeah, so I can hear myself. So I've got my phone that I use to monitor. Not yet. I don't know what happened. Okay, so you can do quite a few things, including the graphing. This is new. I don't remember seeing the graphing before. And then you can do color segments. Now, color segments is from 0. No, we said we started on -20. From -20, okay, we're going to make it some frostbite blue. What do you think? Frostbite blue. Okay, then we can add another one from 0, and from 0 we're gonna say still blue because it's still cold, and we're gonna make it lighter blue. That's more purple, not blue, huh? But I wanted a lighter blue. Okay, let's do that. Okay, that's from 0. Okay, now stick to forms. And then we can say from, I don't know, it's starting to get nice from about 15 degrees or so. Nice is going to be in the early greens. What do you say? Yes, hot there from 15. So all of a sudden it's green. Okay, but 25 is too hot because we know that from 19 degrees, 19 degrees, it should be okay. So we're going to go into the real greens just to say, okay, this is good. Okay. I don't know what I just did. I think I just deleted it. Okay, so we said 19. And we're going to go into the greens. By the way, Alice, thank you very much. And we're going to go put it over here. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, and then we're going to add from 24. So recommended temperatures are from 19 to 24 thereabout, or was it 23? We'll make it 24. Okay, we are going to go more into the oranges. What do you think? Okay, orange. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then from, I don't know, 20. Why is it at 2? What did I do? No, it's the label, sorry. From add from 24 near orange, we'll put it at 27, and we'll say we're cooking now. It's hell on earth. What do you think? So there you are. So you've got your color segment. Personally, I don't like, because I use a touch screen, I personally don't like to have any tap behaviors to these cards. Let me see what else could we do. Okay, we're not interested. Why rotate? Why would we want to rotate it? A combined primary and secondary. Adaptive icon would be nice. Show header, smooth segment. Again, header position, top, bottom. No, that's fine. No, this is secondary information. So if there was secondary information, I would assume. Let's try it. You know what? Let's try it. Okay, we're gonna go to the weather station and humidity. Okay. Blah blah blah. The unit is percentage. State size. Small. Big. No, it's small. Inner. You see what it does. The minimum here would be 0. The maximum would be 100 because it's a percentage. We start from 0. Now we do this. Unit. Yeah, store sequence. So adaptive. No. Cool level. What's this? Okay. Graph, adaptive graph, right? color. So color would be 0, R is red, G, B is blue. So that would be FF. Okay. And then we can do some. Okay. I see. See, I'm learning a bit with you as well. But that's not what I want to do. So, but you can see what it does. So the inner part would be the secondary info. Okay, but we're not going to have any secondary information. So we're going to take that out. We're going to take that out. Okay, so let's just collapse secondary information. Background style, we're going to leave it as is. The color is being controlled elsewhere. The foreground style, background style, that's all. 47. So if I do 100, for example, it's outside. And if I do 20, it's going to be too small. Okay, so we can even control that. I'd rather it decide. Okay, that diff graph range, state color, showing start from 0 display. I'm happy with that. What do you think? I see a problem. You know what? I'm going to take the name out. No. I like the fact that you can actually do templated stuff, which is great. Think about UV. For example, you can template it, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at another card. Okay, we've done one. I don't know. Yes. This is the one that I use the most, by the way. Not just bringing the whole thing across. So this was the modern circular one. Huh? Yeah, so we can close that. I am going to bring the horseshoe card in into Hex in any case, so that we've got it in case we want to use it. As I say, it's very nice to be able to display other data like min, max, and that type of stuff. So I'm going to download it. Reload and close. This was the horseshoe. This is the ring card. Now this I use quite a lot nowadays, to be honest with you. Did I just close the tab? I shouldn't have. Let's duplicate the tab. Let's go into Hex. And the ring card. There we go. So here is a ring card. What it can do. As you can see, there is stuff that it can do that's awesome. Really, really awesome. As I say, I do use it quite a bit. This is, to me, really great. It tells you, so it can tell you 5 hours in the past where we were and where we are now. There are other cards, and I will show you those. That could be of use as well, but as you can see, it's so flexible. You can do so much with it. And as I say, this is one that I use quite a bit. Okay, so that was the ring card. Okay. Then let me show you what we can do with the ring card. So again, we're gonna have to refresh, because if we do not refresh the page where we're working on, it won't see the ring card. And we do this, and all we do is we go ring, and here's the ring card. And you're gonna tell me no UI. No, it doesn't have any UI. Okay. That said, it's not the transmesh. If you use either ESPHome or Home Assistant, I think that YAML is something that you gotta learn. You don't have much of a choice in the matter. It's not very hard. It's very simple. And gives you so much more power. The good thing though, in this case, so we're going to talk about the ring tile. Here it is. The ring tile has a lot, and I mean a lot of configuration available to it. So we are here at the, you know what I forgot to do to the others? This. I'll go back and do it. Promise. Okay, so the ring, you see, and it's got configuration. And if we scroll down, it's got a whole lot of configuration that we can look at. So, and it's really copy and paste. So I'm going to go down, and we are going to do this one. Okay, bottom is min-max. Okay, I need to go back here. And all you have to do is we do this, and you can see the min-max. You can see also that there is a bit of a problem. The style is wrong. What was it again with the style? There was a way to deal with this. I think it's got to do with the rings. Let's see. Yep. This is what I am going to move this one there. It's a little bit easier. I think it's ring style. I think I used 3. Yes. So yes, that's quite correct. So here. Awesome, man. Let's be honest, I didn't do much. And there it is. To me, it looks much better than the previous one. But it doesn't stop there. This is extremely powerful. So, for example, there's already a gradient, so I'm not going to touch it, but you can choose your own gradient. You can say what the minimum and the maximum is. Oh yes, you can do double indicators, single indicators. As you can see, this is on the temperature again. And even gives you some of the temperature stuff. But that's not all it does. So here we have, again, some temperature and some entities and a marker, which is a second pointer. Now, in a room where you've got an air conditioner, or I believe you call that an HVAC in the United States, you could actually put this is what they do here, you can put the point where your HVAC is set at, and you can have the rest as the temperature of the room. You can have tick with labels or without labels. So if we go to scale, I'm going to go back, sorry, I'm going to move a lot in here. but you'll understand why. So those are the ring element options, indicator options, ring type. Where is ticks with label and none. So for example, our current one doesn't have any ticks, but what I can do is go ticks. Okay, what did I do wrong? Sorry, scale. Being silly. Scale. Yeah, scale. So now you can see clearly that it's got ticks. Obviously, we can go ticks with label. Let me show you what that would look like. It will look very busy with labels. So it gives you exactly. I would stick to ticks, to be honest with you, on something like a temperature, ticks or nothing. Something else that you can do is a maximum and maximum and minimum. So maximum, we're going to roast ourselves at 50 degrees. Okay. And you can see it says 50, and minimum, we are going to freeze ourselves at minus 20. Where I live, we do not go below -5, very seldom. And I can't remember going above 40. So that would be my scale. Yeah. Or you can leave it in automatic. This is what the automatic will give you. So the maximum was at 27, the minimum was at 17, and there you are. As I say, this is extremely powerful. What else can you do with it again? Yeah, that's ring elements. We'll get to it in a minute because we're going to do other stuff with this. So, there are other examples, as you can see. This one is the pressure one. I'm not going to demonstrate this specific one because there is a whole lot of other things involved. But yeah. And then there is some of the more advanced stuff. Ring up, how big do you want it, and things like that. So you can do a lot with this. So this is the one that we're talking about. So our ring size is 4. I'm not going to touch the scale at all. I don't want the labels. However, I do want this. Let's see how it's going to affect our look. Yeah, that's not going to work. You go back one. This is what? Oh, tweak scale. So sorry, it's me. Easy. Maximum total ticks. It's temperature. What if I did 100? Temperature, and let's use a 50 and grant ticks 5. I like it. Guys, what do you think? I like it. I know that also we can, there's a way control the color. I think there was a way to control the color of the, let me go read up a minute again. Where is that table, that nice big table? Config. Ah, yes, there it is. So type entity, ring entity. Name, icon, ring type, ring size, ring on no scale, min max, colors. Marker. Oh, you can have two markers. True. Forgot about that. Compress marker, type element. Element. Oh yes, you can have multiple elements as well. So right now we've only got one. Max decimal. Highlight state, tap action. Hold action, double tap action. Icon hold, icon double tap, tweaks. This is tweaks. Font family scale. Where is the icon? Icon, mod icon. Ah, you need card mod. Okay. So I'm not going to do it now. But card mod is a good one to have, by the way, if you don't have card mod. So let me explain to you quickly what card mod does. Card mod, there it is. Basically, it allows you to use CSS to control elements. I'm just going to download it. Yeah, reload. So you can use straightforward CSS. You can even put conditions and things like that. So yeah, that's really nice. I use it to position stuff and things like that. Again, so we've added card mod. Okay, back to the ring tile. Okay, so why do I like the ring tile so much? It's one component that you've put in, and it does so much for. Okay, I'm gonna take that on it. Okay, because I think this one looks so much better. And I'm going to introduce two new components. One of them is called vertical, and they're from Hex. Vertical. No. That's not it. What is it? Let me check something. Vertical stack. No. Ladies and gentlemen, please wait whilst my poor brain catches up. Yeah, it's vertical. I didn't realize it had been 2 years since it's been updated. Weird. Yes. Code it until. Okay, so it's vertical stacking card. It's correct. It's this one. 2 years. I don't like to load stuff that's too old because you never know when and what it's gonna break. I'm just gonna download. Why is it that I remember there was another one? So what the vertical stacking card does is that it keeps the stack together and it doesn't allow it to move at all. So no matter what, it will keep it in the same thing. But what we will use right now, just to make our lives just a bit easier, is a grid. Not grid. So I'm gonna use the grid. We're gonna say 2, and I'm just gonna put a card in just as a holder. I am gonna cut this one back here. I'm gonna delete this one and put this one in. Okay, so now we're also doing this thing where we're keeping things together. So what I'm gonna do now is an add second column, and I'm going to add it again. So call it a cheat if you want to, and you're more than welcome to do so. I wouldn't blame you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to duplicate this type. That's not the cheat. The cheat is what I just did a second ago. I'm just going to go devices and services, and I am going to go to ESPHome, and obviously I've only got the weather station, and I want the humidity. Okay, so I'm going to go special humidity, and all I'm going to do is this, and scratch my ear a little bit. So I've now got humidity as well. One thing I really want is a title. I think a title would be great. Max. Value with unit, that's fine. So top element. So you can also change these things. Top element, and it's going to break something as soon as I do this. Told it was going to break something. And the top element is going to be the name. Same. Use name. Right, top element, top element. Now bottom element is name. So bottom element is currently min-max. We're going to say name. Okay. What we have to do here is after the entity, we'll deal with the top element in a second, is say name is humidity. See? How cool does that look? The top element is going to be the icon. Okay, there you are. Okay. Now we have to come and do this here. That would be a temperature. Okay, and the bottom element would be, so oops, let's go big T, and the top element Well, it does it already, but I always like to. I can't. So yeah. So we have this. And the first thing that you're going to tell me now that we have this is you're going to tell me, but Pascal, we don't have those graphs anymore. And I'm going to answer to you, you're quite correct. We do not have those graphs anymore. So what we are going to do is we're going to introduce those graphs. How are we going to do that? We are going to add a card, which is the vertical stack in card. This is the one that I was looking for. Okay. And sorry, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to go here and I'm going to quite literally cut it out. Okay. Now I'm back in the stack itself. And this is the one that we want. Okay. So now we've got the temperature here into the stacking card. And I can add then a graph. No, sorry. A graph. And the graph I want to add is the mini graph. Okay. Again, there is no UI to do this. So we're going to have to go to 0 to X. And we're going to take that out. And you're going to go here. And there is a sample for us somewhere here. Okay. Well, there should be. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, there. So here we are. That's the sample. And we always start with the sample. Why would we start with anything else? And we're going to put sensor elimination doesn't exist, but we know which sensor we want. We want this sensor over here, right? So we're going to put this sensor over here. Okay, you're going to say to me, yeah, Pascal, look at this mess. Okay. But it's a highly configurable card. So there are things we can do to it. Like, for example, if you go back at the top, somewhere at the top, look at all of these things that you can do. So what we can do is, for example, we're going to look for show state. We're not interested by the state because we've already got it. We've got it in the other one. So we are going to go here. I'm going to say show state. And we're going to say pulse. Oops. Why is show state so visible? Okay. What am I missing? Tell me what I'm missing. Sorry, I'm looking for a sample where the state is hidden. This is embarrassing because my brain just doesn't work. Mind you, I've been online for nearly an hour and a half. I'm doing okay. I'm just hoping that I'm helping you in some way. Cool. So I've got my own samples, own sample sets. There we are. Okay. So this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay. My mistake. Okay, so let's show column state, and you'll see the state is gone. Then I don't want the name either. It's also false. Yeah, bye-bye. And then I don't want the icon. Icon either. So we can do that too. And this is where things get a little bit more complicated because, as you can see, it's very low. And the card is very big. So how do we solve that problem? Well, one way of doing it is we're going to give the heights to the card. Okay, so a height to a card, and we're going to say, well, I don't want you bigger than 80. That's all cool and well, and as you can see, it's not helping us, it's squashing. Personally, about 100 should be fine. Something else that we can also do for the graph, and I don't know what its default is offhand, but we can show up to so many hours. So here we're going to say 24 hours. Okay. We can also define, which I think is very useful, the line width. So we can do, look at that line, or we can do that. Okay. It's a test thing, so you would have to pick your so how do we fix the problem with it's taking too much space at the bottom? And this is where card mods comes in. So this is card mode, this is style, and you see how much it brought it up. Margin top is -40, so I've brought it up by 40 pixel. I think in this case it's a bit high, a bit much, so I'm going to bring it to 30 pixel. And now the card looks far better. And yes, we can give color thresholds to the card as well. Now, this is just a demonstration of what is possible. I'm not matching it, but you should. You should match it to this, and right now it is matched. But you understand what I'm talking about. I could easily say, I'm going to take these out, and all of a sudden it's blue. So right now it should be an orangey color. So I've got, yes, I do have. So here it is. So where is my, so yeah, it's exactly that color. We are just here. And that would be the match. Just so, you know, and there you are. We can do the same thing for the temperature now. What we do is we cheat. Because cheating is good in cases like these. We copy, we go to the second, we do a plus. Okay, this is not what I wanted. That's third. Sorry. Oh, sorry, it's here. We have to put a vertical in stack. Oh, and why the in stack? The in stack removes all of the borders and puts a border around everything. Okay, we take 2, we cat. Okay, now we've got 2, we can do this. Okay, it's not in the stack. We go back to 2, we copy this, we don't cut. And we say, we can add that there, and there it is. The only thing we really have to do is to change this sensor for this sensor and then change the colors and things like that. We'll take a look. We'll copy. Then we just change the sensor. For some odd reason it's red. Okay, save. And we've got our gauge without off. So I want to show you a couple of others quickly, and then I'll wrap off the stream. And the couple that I want to show you are from the ring tile. And what we can do is we'll do the atmospheric pressure first. So what we're going to do is we're going to call up a grid. Okay, that's the first thing, the 2 columns. Okay, we don't want it as squares, that's fine. Okay, search card, we want a vertical stack, but we want the in card. Okay. What we want now is the ring tile. Any ring tile would do. There as a start. Why? Sorry, I'm having a problem here. It's here. Yes, ring tile. Ring tile. Okay, we're gonna put the ring tile in here. So if you look, okay, we are in a grid. Okay, the cards in the grid is a vertical stacking card. The cards in there is the ring tile. Okay, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we are happy people. Okay, now we are going to go back to our examples over here. We're going to scroll down until we get to no, this one. Okay, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to just take all of this, nothing else, and we are going to replace, no, we are just going to replace this and ignore this one. You remember about the size that and I said it was very important to keep the size in mind. Look at this. Nice, huh? By the way, this is the wrong one. Let me show you something here. You will see that there is pressure and relative pressure. Relative pressure is the pressure relative to sea level. Everything is relative to sea level, and we calculate in accordance to the relative pressure at sea level. This is why this doesn't work, by the way. it wouldn't. So, nee? Okay. Me having a problem. This is also an HPA. That's fine. Let me do it this way. Okay, I'm going to fix this in a minute. Okay. So, do we go back here? All right. If we go back to config and we go down, ring tile, compass, close, open. Okay, arc pointer. My brain is just like gone for triple. That's okay. So how about we do this? We force it tick with labels. Okay. Sorry, so these are just configurations. Icon is gauge, indicator is a pointer, and the marker is a... No, the marker is not a marker. You don't need the indicator is a pointer. There we are. And our start point is that, and our end point is that. Is my scale correct? Yes. Let's see. And I could leave it the way that it is, but just to show you, we can also give it colors. Okay, they're not that obvious, but from 800 to 950, it's greenish, then becomes orangish, and then it becomes red. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. And now what we have is a nice gauge for our atmospheric pressure, equivalent atmospheric pressure. You're going to go up at Pascal. This is all beautiful and everything else, but what about giving us a bit of a graph so that we can see what's happening? And I'm going to do that for you with the greatest pleasure. Just give me a second. I just need to do this. So this is just for me going a bit faster. I'm copying from one of my other instances, and I'm going to do, I need to be on this, and I'm going to do this and this. Obviously, it will not find this because it has a different name, as you can see. And here we are. Okay. Sure. Visual editor. Okay. And this is what we get. The great thing in here is that they are all the same component. So that's our flexibilities. Now, what you could do in this instance is get fancy. So there we are. You can get fancy and go through through Hex, and you would find this fellow here. By the way, print out. Did I before I forget to do that? Sorry, ID start. Okay, and we could use this. And it's relatively easy to do. This is all it takes. Let me just barometric pressure. Let's go to X. Put this one in, barometric pressure. There it is, we'll download it. I personally don't, I like what it represents, I just don't like its size and the way that it is. They did a lot of work with this. So one has to give credit where credit is due. And so, yep, and I said, yeah, I've got it in the buffer already, I think. Yep. So we could, oh no, we have to refresh, sorry. Refresh first, because if we don't refresh, we won't see it. Yeah. Then we could go, what's it called? Barometric, barometric, there it is. Oops. Nope. Barometric, there it is. Yeah, so that you know it is, it's picked it already, which is nice. It's not in English. But if you go here, it's all in English. So language, it's fine. Unit is fine. Threshold is fine. I don't know why the dual, it's not necessary. Contrast is fine. Range arc is fine. Forecast, we'll leave it. In my case, I'm in the southern hemisphere, and season mode is fine. I just want to change the name. I think it is. Let's to check. Name, yeah, it is name. Barometric pressure. Actually, just copy it. Name barometric pressure. Save, and as you see, it's a bit squeezed, and it doesn't like it. But you can make some changes. Okay, yeah. Okay, threshold units is HPA. What is it? It's HPA. Language is English. I would go 0, to be honest with you. 0. I'm not going to touch the walls. What does this do? Let's now we want to keep. Okay. We just want HP. Yeah, we just want HP. What's this? I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that, but you'll see that if it doesn't have enough space, it doesn't reorganize itself nicely. There it's got enough space and it's nicely reorganized. The only thing is it does do some prediction, which is nice. So that's something that you could possibly have a look at. He has a few. We should have another one that he has. This is another one that he has. Humidity and dew point card. He has a few cards like that. This is his wind direction card. Then he has a UV index card. What does this look? Yes. Okay. So I have to look at. Oh, this is another very nice one. Nice looking one. So this is what it looks like. I like this look. So yeah. You could possibly use that. Personally, I think that the ring tile works perfectly fine. Okay, so since we're still on the ring tile, there's one last one that I want to show you. And it's this one. This one here. And so let's just do it. I think it's in the configurations, if I remember well. Let me find it. CPU wind speed, there it is. So this is the one we're looking at. Okay, I'm just gonna kill this. Okay, nope. Yep. So we're gonna look at let me go here. I'm gonna add a new one. Delete, paste, more time. Right? Oh, okay, sorry. A mistake. Entirely a mistake. Configuration error, that's correct, yes. So I'm not going to put the marker. I am going to put this as 3 because everything else is 3. And I need the wind speed, which we will find wind speed. In kilometers per hour. Okay. So that gives us the speed. But you will see that we've also got northeast, west, and so forth. So that was the second one. Wind direction. Direction. Okay. So we are going to put more here. And the wind direction is, I can't remember if it's this one that we need to use or if it's the other one. Let's try this one first. Yep, that I was going to say make one. So this is what it does. Okay. What we can do as well is much like this one. Copy. Okay, go there. Say plus. And we don't do that. Oh yes, I remember. Okay, don't look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. So you see this? To this. To this. From here. To this. And it's going to tell me this is wrong until I do this. There. You haven't seen anything. So now I can do this, and I can do this, and it's going to be at the bottom layer. Yeah, that's what I want. And what we'll do, I'm going to take text. Okay, that obviously would have to be re-looked at. But this is what you end up with, and that would be a representation of the wind speed. Okay. 17 kilometers an hour. Okay, so we've got movement. And one thing that we don't want is this. There we are. The arrow, I know we can give it a color. Config. Marker. Hey, marker. Yeah, but we've got that right, so that's fine. Renewable unit, that's fine. What we want is to change the color of the pointer. Color pointer. Why don't you change the color of the pointer? Here you can. So it's going to be in this one, it's going to be in this one. Color. Ah, see, into color. So tweaks. Right. And that's right. So we're going to say tweaks with a W. Okay. RT, pointer color. Right. FF 00 00. Nope. What am I missing? Spell for it. Definitely. Or is it dash? No. This. Oh, that's a different story. Not tweak option. Right. RT marker color. Yeah, I said pointer color, I should have said. Marker color. That doesn't work either. That's how it works, right? Yeah. At least you can see it working perfectly well here. Isn't that work? Nope. Well, people, you know what? It was good. It's now nearly 2 hours on the stream. So what's the plan forward? I'm hoping that in the next 2 weeks I'll have the first episode of a new series of tutorials up and running. Yes, before I leave you, I wanted to show you something. I need to go to ESPHome for that. ESPHome.io. In the change logs. There's a nice change here. So this is a change that, or addition, I should say, that really caught my attention. Now it calculates the AQI or air quality index. It will, so it can do it in both for the European standard or for the American standard. Sorry. So AQI is US EPA and CAQI is the European Common Air Quality Index. That's for that. That's also nice, but I'm not ever going to use it. That I have yet to understand. I need to go into Zigbee. This is also new. It will help a lot in the future. Wi-Fi roaming, you can lock your Wi-Fi to a single a single AP, which is good because, for example, my Wi-Fi APs slightly overlap each other, and it could start bouncing from the one to the other. The problem with the bouncing is that there is one that will have less less of a reception than the other, and that could cause poor and then good and poor Wi-Fi. I did not notice anything in the web server either, but then again, I haven't dug too much into it. I do use Web Server 3, version 3. That was warned quite a while back that they were going to remove the password for the APIs. What else? Yeah, the default framework now is ESPIDF, which is great, in my opinion, because it allows for things like this performance and memory optimization. I know that we'll be moving to ESPIDF 6 as well shortly. Britannia I've never tried, so I don't know. Yeah, I spoke about this one. Yeah, I haven't seen any major changes here. I must actually look. Water heater component. I don't have a water heater that is compatible to this stuff. So yeah, that I need to look into, particularly the IR stuff. Yeah, I need to look at this as well. Out here. RMT, sorry. That sounds like it's a good idea as well. Templatable MQTT. None of my stuff broke when I updated it, so yeah. I'm just having a quick look. Yeah, there's nothing grandiose. There's some nice upgrades and updates, and that's it really. Yeah, Xiaomi. Yeah, no, nothing to scream about. But you can see that the changes that they did from from ESPIDF, no, to ESPIDF, sorry, from Arduino framework actually has a massive impact on the rest. Yeah, it shows. They really are doing a lot of work around getting ESPIDF really stable and really optimized. So that for me is something relatively important, because it will allow us to do more with less. So more with less hardware. Speaking of hardware, I received a few more of these. These are the C6s, Super Minis. These things are wonderful. And as soon as I can, I will try to use one of these for voice. I want to try to do a smart speaker. This is a S3 Super Mini. So it's got 2 megs of RAM and I think 8 megs of flash or something to that effect. Well, it would be easy to check. I would like to do this and go to let's see, it's over here somewhere. ESP connect. Let's see what it's going to say. So it's an S3, yes, 2 cores, 2 megs of PSRAM. That's what I was saying, yeah, and 4 megs of flash, yeah. Okay, it's 4 megs of flash. So hopefully that will be enough to get things going. If it's not, then I'll have to step up, I guess. But these are nice. They're very small, and this is one that I use quite a bit around the house for little things that require low power consumption, but also not too much of power. So this is the C3. It's got 4 megs of flash, and yeah, it's got just enough RAM to get by. Not particularly, I can't even see it. Can't find it. RAM. Flash. Yeah, it doesn't even say. I can't see where it says anything about the RAM. I think SAC 512 or something to that effect. And it's perfectly fine for a lot of stuff. And sometimes I just need one single sensor, and I mean, this is ideal for that. It's also ideal for location. So I've got a whole lot of them around the house, and I use them to triangulate using ESP presence. Well, anyway, that's that, as I say. And obviously the C6, which is my new favorite far. Very flexible. Okay, the C6 just doesn't want to cooperate with me, so let's make it cooperate. So we press a button, and now it cooperates. Okay, so see 4 megs. No, it doesn't say how much RAM either. But you know what? The C6 has got some power behind it. It's not the most powerful. The S3 is the most powerful. I'm trying to find a C5 that I can get. I found a couple on AliExpress, but I'd like to try to find one here in South Africa, and we'll see where that goes. Anyway, guys, hopefully you'll have the first one of the new series in the next 2 weeks, and it is ESP related. We'll have shortly also a series that is non-ESP related, which is Home Assistant related, and that's probably coming end of March. The way that things are going to go forward is that in 2 weeks I'll have another stream. We'll put I'll carry on putting the UI together, and I will then put the whole UI YAML on my repo, and you'll be able to pick it up from there, and you would just have to change the sensor names. Before I leave you, though, I can't rave enough about this. And so I've got a few other UI things that I was going to look at, but the one that I really want to bring up is this guy. Right, I just want to do all of this. Fishy animated cards. Let's start him. And this is what he does. This is based off the mushroom cards. This is based off the mushroom cards. Have a look at these. And about every week he puts new stuff up. He's got a channel as well. I'm always going to have a look at. And he's done this pretty well. This is nice stuff. He changes colors according to the situation and things like that. So it's actually pretty complex code. I'm just going to take one, and you can see there's a lot if, then, else, and so forth. When you look at his, let's see, let's take, where is his AQI one? He's got one for AQI. AQI. There it is. So I'm going to go to 50. Got 50. There it is. Amsterdam. Have a look. You see this? So he actually looks at things like that, and he changes the colors, and and the pulse and things like that. So it really does look cool. I don't know if I've got anything I can show you or find. Very quick look. Pictures. Yeah, not here. Station has nothing in it, so yeah, no, I don't have anything that I can really show you right now. That really strikes. Yeah, no. Yeah, hold on a second. Sorry. Found it. I found it. Okay. So this is not it. Take that out. So I did it in another, my production one. There, green. And we could change this to match, well, its direction, so you wouldn't change it. Actually, when I think about it, you could practically change it to match the speed and things like that. Yeah. There, so that's what we got up to. We didn't do much when you think about it, but I hope that somewhere along the way I taught you a few things. And before I leave, interesting repos. This takes some of the sensors and converts them to standard indoor quality standards. That was another one that I wanted to look at, and then not this one. Oh yes, there are two. This one is also very nice. This is an integration, not a card, but you can. It calculates exactly the discomfort and the comfort and plus points and things like that. That's something that I can put against the against our station, and yeah, it will spit out a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, there is a configuration for it, obviously. But yeah, so those are things that we can do, and I'm going to try a few of these things. And oh, here, well, I was saying I can't show you stuff, but I can. So this is the state right now. Don't look at this. You shouldn't look at that. But this is the state of my study right now. You see the ECO2 levels are a bit high. The TVOC are off the charts. It's because I've been manipulating it. So yeah, and you can see those cards and the AQI. Yep. Yes, I'm trying to lose some weight, so I'm putting this in. Okay. Gentlemen, ladies, if there are any in the stream, thank you for sticking around with me today. As I say, I hope I helped you somewhere along the line. I know it was chilled, I know it was a bit slow. The good news is I'm going back into long form and also short form. Which I'll be introducing shortly. Excuse the pun. And yeah, so I'm not going to commit to anything else than the live stream at this point. But yeah, it's as soon as I get a rhythm into editing and getting these things out in the world, my live streams are going to take a back seat, and I'm going to focus much more on doing tutorials and tutorial series, which YouTube calls courses nowadays. So yeah, so this is where we're going. Yeah, have a fantastic week until I see you again, and take it easy. Let me end the stream. Cheers.